Board of County Commissioners acts as a quasi-judicial body when it hears requests for rezoning and conditional use permits. Applicants must provide competent, substantial evidence establishing facts or expert witness opinion testimony showing that the request meets the zoning code and comprehensive plan criteria. Opponents must also testify as to facts or provide expert testimony whether they like or dislike a request is not competent evidence. The board must then decide whether the evidence demonstrates consistency and compatibility with the comprehensive plan and the existing rules in the zoning ordinance, property adjacent to the property to be rezoned, and the actual development of the surrounding area. The board cannot consider speculation, non-expert opinion testimony, or poll the audience by asking those in favor or opposed to stand up or raise their hands. If a commissioner has had communications regarding a rezoning or conditional use permit request before the board, the commissioner must disclose the subject of the communication and the identity of the person, group, or entity with whom the communication took place before the board takes action on the request. Likewise, if a commissioner has made a site visit, inspection, or investigation, the commissioner must disclose that fact before the board takes action on the request. Each applicant is allowed a total of 15 minutes to present their request, unless time is extended by majority vote of the board. The applicant may reserve any portion of the 15 minutes for rebuttal. Other speakers are allowed 5 minutes to speak. Speakers may not pass their time to someone else in order to give that person more time to speak.
Good evening and welcome to a zoning meeting of the Brevard County Commission. Do I have Mr. Frank Grant here? Come forward. Thank you, sir.
This is a prayer from the Baha'i Faith as an invocation for this evening's meeting. O my God, verily I invoke thee and supplicate before thy threshold, asking thee that all thy mercies may descend upon these souls. Specialize them for thy favor and thy truth. O Lord, unite and bind together the hearts. Join in accord all the souls and exhilarate the spirits through the signs of thy sanctity and oneness. O Lord, make these faces radiant. Through the light of thy oneness, strengthen the loins of thy servants in the service of thy kingdom. O Lord, thou possessor of infinite mercy, O Lord of forgiveness and pardon, forgive our sins, pardon our shortcomings, and cause us to turn to the kingdom of thy clemency, invoking the kingdom of thy might and power, humble at thy shrine and submissive before the glory of thine evidences. O Lord God, make us as waves of the sea, as flowers of the garden, united, agreed through the bounties of thy love. O Lord, dilate the breasts through the signs of thy oneness, and make all mankind as stars, shining from the same height of glory, as perfect fruits growing upon thy tree of life. Verily, thou art the Almighty, the self-subsistent, the giver, the forgiving, the pardoner, the omniscient, the one creator. Abdul-Baha. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Steele.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have a quorum, so I'm going to call this meeting to order. And we have consent agenda. Commissioners, can I have a motion to approve consent?
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Feltner.
I'll second it, Madam Chair.
Second by Commissioner Goodson. Excuse me. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Commissioners, I've been requested to move items G 12 and 13 up first, and items G 17 and 18 due to time constraints for legal representation. So, Mr. Jeffrey, if we could start with G 12.
Madam Chair, I'm going to read G12 and G13 into the record at the same time. However, you will need to make separate motions for each item. So item G12 is Kline Mary Golub Revocable Trust requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment 23S.12 to change the future land use designation from NC to CC. Application number is 23SS00012 on tax account number 2627864 located in District 4. Item G13 is Colleen Mary Gullib Revocable Trust requests a major amendment to a PUD. Application number is 23Z00051. Tax account number is 2627864, also located in District 4.
Commissioner Feltner, this is your district. Sir, I think we have legal representation if you have questions.
Okay.
Do you want to?
Do you want to speak first?
Thank you, Commissioner Pritchett, for accommodating me. I have to be at Palm Bay at 6 o'clock tonight for City Council meeting, so I appreciate you taking me early. Kim Rosenka with Lacey Lyons Rosenka in Rockledge, Florida. I'm here representing the Colleen Mary Gullib Revocable Trust on 2 items. The first is to change neighborhood commercial to community commercial on 1.71 acres. This is to accommodate a car wash drive-through. Currently in NC, you can't have a drive-through, so that's the reason for that request. Your staff has recognized that this is an infill project, that there are no material violations of any relevant policies of the comp plan, and we'd be asking for your approval to change the comprehensive plan. The second item is a rezoning. This is an old 1984 zoning ordinance for the Century PUD. Started at over 500 acres, now it's almost 2,000 acres. So this is a 1984 amendment zoning ordinance, but it didn't give any zoning standards. So in order to go forward, we had to provide zoning standards for this zoning, for this piece of property. So we're actually amending a 1984 ordinance to allow for BU1 uses so we can have the car wash. And your staff has also recommended or acknowledged that this is appropriate, and P&Z recommended approval of both of these unanimously, and I would ask for approval of both items. I have met with Commissioner Feltner and with staff. They've asked for a change that we're agreeable to limit access off of North Wickham Road. So with that, I request your approval. I'm here to answer any questions or to respond to any questions from the public. This is on the east side of Wickham Road. At P&Z, there was a lady that was confused, thought it was on the west side. But this is not encroaching on residential. This is in the commercial area of North Wickham.
So on item G12, I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
I have a motion by Commissioner Feltner, second by Commissioner Steele. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Item G13.
On 13, out of a concern for the traffic, as Ms. Rosenka mentioned, we have a condition. So I'm going to let Jeffrey read that.
Sure, thank you, Commissioner. So the proposed condition would read, ingress and egress access to the site via Wickham Road shall be in accordance with plat note number 5 of Mercedes Plaza Plat, recorded in Plat Book 53, page 47.
And I'll make a motion to approve with the condition.
Second.
Motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you, ma'am.
Good luck in Palm Bay.
Thank you.
Item G17.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item G17, IRTK LLC requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment 23S.08 to change the future land use designation from NC and CC to all CC. Application number is 23SS008. Tax account number is 2605971, located in District 2. Item G18 is IRTK LLC requests a change of zoning classification from RU-2-10 and BU-2 to all BU2. Application number is 23Z00043. Tax account number is 2605971, also located in District 2. These are companion applications. You will need to have separate motions for each. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Goodson, this is your district. I do have one card from legal. Would
Okay.
you like to speak to her? Or
No, if she'd like to speak first, that would be fine.
do you want her to talk? Do you have something you want to ask questions?
Please- No, I have no questions. I
Okay.
don't know if she wants to talk.
I think you might have a motion
I don't need to say anything. If
Okay.
you're ready to go.
I'll make a motion for approval.
Second.
on G17 and a
Right.
second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Item G18, sir.
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to make a motion for approval, Madam Chair.
Have a motion to approve item G18. Can I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Steele. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. We are moving back to item G1.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item G1 is Charles Stephen Douglas and Debra K. Douglas, trustees, and Sandra J. Douglas requests a change of zoning classification from IU-1 to BU-2. Application number is 23Z00023. Tax account number is 3010512, located in District 3.
Commissioner Tobias, I have one card from the applicant. Do you need to hear from them, sir?
I'd just like to speak before the applicant speaks, if that's okay. Ms. LeCun came before the board on August 3rd, and we voted to continue the item. On the 14th, Ms. LeCun met with me in my office to discuss her change of zoning request and clarify what she was actually trying to achieve. The confusion came down to a miscommunication with the word trailer. There are no substantive changes. So this motion that I'm about to do meets the recommendation of Planning and Zoning Board while also meeting the needs of Ms. LeCun. So I'll move to approve the change of zoning classification from IU1 to BU2 with BDP limited to BU1 uses, and the only allowable BU2 uses being mini storage, outdoor recreational vehicle, and boat storage. That's exactly what I spoke with about Ms. LeCun, but she's obviously more than welcome to speak. I just wanted to disclose that.
Ms. LeCun, we're going to make a motion. I don't know where you are. Are you comfortable with that? Okay. I have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Item G2.
Item G2, Madam Chair, is Dick Holdings LLC requests a change of zoning classification from AU and BU-1 to all AU. Application number is 23Z00048. Tax account number is 2317013, located in District 2.
Commissioner Goodson, I have no cards on this, sir.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion for approval, Madam Chair.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Steele. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Item G3.
Robert A. Kline requests a change of zoning classification from GU to AUL. Application number is 23Z0042. Tax account number is 2404044, located in District 1.
Commissioners, this is a very good fit in District 1. It already has it's the same zoning all around, so I'm comfortable if I can have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
A motion by Commissioner Feltner,
Second.
second by Commissioner Goodson. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Item G4.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item G4 is SRR Property Investment LLC requests a change of zoning classification from RU-1-7 to BU-1-A. Application number is 23Z00039. Tax account number is 2423790, located in District 2.
Commissioner Goodson, sir, I have one card here from the applicant. Do you need to hear from him, sir?
If they would like to talk, please, by all means, but if they don't, that's fine too.
Okay, Mr. Russo? Okay.
Okay. All right, Madam Chair, I make a motion for approval. I move to approve.
Have a
Second.
motion to approve in a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0. Unless you didn't want to do it, you'd want to talk, right? No. Okay.
Smart man.
Okay, we're on item G5.
Daniel A. and Lindsey E. Elf requests a change of zoning classification from BU-1 to BU-2. Application number is 23Z00045. Tax account number is 2719528, located in District 4.
Commissioner Feltner, this is yours. I have one card from the applicant, sir. Do you want to hear from him first?
Do you want to say anything, Bruce? You don't have to. Okay. I'll make a motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve and a second by Commissioner Tobias. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0. Item G6.
RNK Viera, Inc. requests a CUP for alcoholic beverages, beer and wine only, for on-premises consumption in conjunction with a bar and a PUD zoning classification. Application number is 23Z00050. Tax account number is 3024416. And Madam Chair, I just would like to say that the reason for the CUP is because This is not classified as a restaurant. We changed our code a little while ago to allow for an administrative approval for restaurants that are providing or have food in 51% of the gross sales. Since this would not classify that, this application requires a CUP.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Feltner, I have 2 cards from the applicant. Do you need them first for questions? Or? I don't. Okay. Oh, Commissioner Tobias.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As the commissioner whose district this relies in may be a teetotaler, I think it's more appropriate that I make a motion to approve G6.
I told them you would approve this, yeah. I have a motion. Do I have a second? Second. Commissioner Feltner, you good with that?
Yes.
I better check it out first. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, passes 5-0. Item G7.
Thomas P. and Shannon Harmony request to change the zoning classification from GU to AU. Application number is 23Z00044. Tax account number is 2504668, located in District 2.
Commissioner Goodson, I have 1 card from the applicant, sir.
Do they wish to speak? No? Okay, Madam Chair, I make a motion for approval, please.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I think Commissioner Steele won that one. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0. Item G8
Thank you,
and
Madam
9.
Chair. The G8 and G9 are companion applications. I will read them into the record together. However, you will need to have separate motions for each. Item G8 is Island Cremations, Inc. requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.14, to change the future land use designation from Res 6 to CC. Application number is 23SS00014. Tax account number is 2427231, located in District 2.
Commissioner Goodson, you have a lot of changes tonight. I have one from the applicant again, sir.
Okay, do they wish to speak, Madam Chair?
Would you like to come up and say anything, or?
Okay.
Okay.
I make a motion for approval, Madam Chair.
For item G8, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Steele. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, passes 5-0. Commissioner Goodson, item G9.
Make a motion for approval, Madam Chair.
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, passes 5-0. Item G10 and 11.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item G10 is Malcom R. Kirschenbaum requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.15, to change the future land use designation from NC and CC to all CC. Application number is 23SS00015. Tax account number is 2501390, located in District 2. And then item G11 is Malcom R. Kirschenbaum requests a change zoning classifications from BU1-A with an existing BDP to BU2 with the removal of an existing BDP and adding a new BDP. Application number is 23Z00053. Tax account number is 2501390, also located in District 2. Madam Chair, there is in the record, there is an addendum provided by staff that outlines the proposed BDP and the conditions.
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Goodson, I have comment cards on this one.
Okay.
Would you like to speak first? Do you want me to call the comment cards?
No, I'd like to hear the comment cards, Madam Chair.
Mr. Jim Trangler, did I say that right? Close enough. You knew to come. All right.
Very close, very close.
Okay.
Good evening.
15.
My name is Jim Trauger with Trauger Consulting Engineers, Melbourne, Florida. I don't have anything to add. I'd like to reserve my time if there's other speakers to hopefully address any of their concerns or comments.
Okay. We'll have almost everything but 5 seconds.
All right.
All right. Miss Maggie Duchek? Duchek. My strength was with numbers, not words, so. Okay.
Adding consonants. First off, I want to thank you. I was not able to go to the planning and zoning, so sorry if all this was kind of ironed out, but I have some very big concerns. Lived here my whole life. I bought a house, I've had it for 22 years, to Tropic Elementary, which is where I went to elementary school. Whereas I've been lucky because there is an empty lot behind me, which is what we're talking about, and I understand there's change. In fact, when the land started clearing in December, I was like, okay, now I'm going to have to watch planning and zoning. I do have a big concern about the BDP and the amended, because from what I understood, and this happened before, is that the BDP says, okay, we'll go to BU2, but we want to build this thing. So the land is currently BU1A, and we all know there's big differences between 1A, 1, and 2. So when I read this BDP, it says for the boat and RV storage, which is BU2, and then it says, and all other uses of BU1. So I guess I would like a clarification, because what I'm reading is it's, if they don't do the boat and RV, which normally is you have to go back to the existing code, it's basically a blank check and ad hoc easy into BU1. So that's kind of my first comment. I really didn't understand that. And I don't know if I stop and continue. I don't know.
You keep talking.
Okay,
I'm writing
so
notes.
that's my concern, because that's a whole nother bottle of wax with me, with, like, we're talking, we see what they're doing, and they're putting the buffer in, and why I'm concerned about other things. Your staff comments are awesome. I'm like, all the answers to make sure the regulations are good was perfect. It helped keep me up to date. But water going down, and because the one corner is really close to my property, and I really want to make sure there's not puddles in an area that never floods, because obviously, according to regulations, they're going to have to build up, and I'm low. So that's a main concern I have, but that has nothing to do with zoning or board. It's just a concern I wanted noted. The other thing is, we're concerned about noise and other stuff. It's, from what I understand, it's going to be operated 24 hours. Obviously, I don't want to get woken up at 4 a.m. by bay doors opening, bay doors closing, someone washing off their cars or their RVs. Different things, like I said, is in the, so the lights, sounds, or be interested as long as they adhere to that. We're concerned that it's going to turn into also something. We all see storage areas that are either repairs or, I hate to say this, it's not derogatory, but like a men's club, boys club, they go there partying or whatever. So there's nothing in this that says that it's supposed to be a boat and storage, but how do you tie that? So basically, those are my big concerns, but my big issue is the clarification, because that's a totally different matter if we're agreeing to BU1 no matter what. So thank you all very much. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. We'll have to wait and get some answers on that, but I am correct that the BDP doesn't diminish code requirements, correct?
It does not, Madam Chair. What I would tell you is that the BDP would limit the uses to the property to BU1 uses, and only the BU2, so the mini storage and the RV and boat storage, to be indoors. So that would be the only use allowed in the BU2 district that would not be allowed in the request of BU1.
Thank you, sir. I have Mr. Michael McGraw. I can't right now, sorry. Mr. McGraw?
I'm Mike McGraw. I'm at 60 North Tropical Way. Maggie is my next door neighbor. I've been on that property for 21 years. We've been through some shenanigans of people wanting to build stuff back there, car washes, you name it, and it always gets thrown out at some point. I think they're a little more serious this time. So I'm concerned about quality of life issues with the noise. I don't want people building this big storage unit, guys going in buying 3 units or leasing 3 units, doing a car restoration, putting small blocks in their Chevys, you know, stuff like that, running compressors, running all this noisy right behind us. This was a beautiful lot at one time, and it's been literally leveled. My view is now of the back of a 7-Eleven and a preschool. I understand progress, but I want to make sure what they say they're doing is what they are going to do. And if they don't do that, it regresses back to the original zoning. The noise issue, I know they're supposed to be putting up a big wall around it. When you go to BU2, I guess you have to put a concrete 6-foot wall around the property edges. They're trying not to do that. They're saying that we're going to put up a 8-foot PVC fence. There's been no mention of how tall this building's going to be. There's been no mention of how the garage doors, are they going to be metal, you know, panel doors that literally when you go to pick up your boat, you don't go at noon. You go at 6 o'clock in the morning, so you hit the water by 7. I don't want to be listening to these garage doors going up and down. They're going to be 12-footers because you got to fit an RV in it. That's noisy. We have suffered over the last 10 years in that lot and her lot with a owner of an airplane school that has zero regard for the neighbors and that area, and we're tired of it, and we don't want another noise issue to be coming about. Two-flight has just destroyed the quality of life, and I don't want to destroy it any further. That's my comment.
Was the airport school
Had-
on that same piece of property?
Now, the airport is across the street, but the flight pattern for landing and takeoff is directly over Maggie's house and
Okay.
my house.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
that, everybody says, well, you bought next to an airport. Well, the flight school wasn't there when I was moved in. It's progressed since there to become Little LaGuardia. And when I say that, I'm talking about takeoff and landings every 30 seconds. And I have that documented. That's it.
Mr. Trengler, if you want to come back up, sir.
Thank you very much. So, yeah, thank you for that clarification as well. The allowable uses would be all that's in BU1, and then just the single use of indoor boat and RV in BU2. We do have BU1 directly to the north and to the east of the property, and then over by the airport, there's a bunch of BU2. There's a lot of kind of BU1, BU2s kind of spread throughout this area. Drainage, I hopefully will be the civil engineer on the project, and we have to meet all the county LDRs on that. There won't be any off-site drainage issues passed off to the residents. There is a large drainage canal off the back side of the property that would be the northwest, which should handle any of the water that comes off of this as the natural conditions currently do. And then, yes, as far as the noise goes, it is, across from the airport. We're not asking for any relief from the land development regulations or noise ordinances. We'll meet that, and I think the compliance on that is already in place with code in the county as well, and I'd be glad to answer any other questions.
Thank you, sir.
Board may
Commissioner
have.
Goodson?
Yeah, I have a question. Is there a time limit on something like this from operation from certain time in the morning to certain time at night? In code, I don't know.
As far as a noise perspective, Commissioner,
Just operation. Is there a time?
the code does not regulate the time of
Okay.
use.
Okay.
Commissioner Goodson, this
Yeah,
is your,
I would like to
you
make
live with them, so.
I would like to make a motion for approval, Madam Chair.
Okay, I have a motion to approve. Let's start with G10. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Feltner. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. No, I heard your second. What did you say? Oh, I'm sorry. Commissioner Tobias.
Yeah.
You're switching voices. Item G11, sir.
I would like to make a motion for approval, Madam Chair.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Tobias. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0. We're on item G14.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item G14 is a companion application with G15. I will read those into the record together. However, you'll need to make separate motions for each. G14 is Chelsea Lee James requests a small-scale comprehensive plan amendment, 23S.13, to change the future land use designation from agricultural to Res 1. Application number is 23SS00013. Tax account number is 2002343, located in District 1. And G15 is Chelsea Lee James requests a zoning classification from GU to RRMH-1. Application number is 23Z00052. Tax account number is 2002343, also located in District 1.
Thank you, Commissioners. This is fairly simple. It's not around anybody. I'm good with it. If someone wants to make a motion
I'll make
for
a
me.
motion to approve, Madam Chair.
Item G14, a motion to approve. Second by Commissioner Tobias. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0. Item G15. Motion?
Oh, I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion to approve. Second by Commissioner Tobias. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, passes 5-0. Item G16.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item G16 is Tracey C and Teresa B. Higginbotham request a change of zoning classification from GU to AU. Application numbers 23Z00024, tax account numbers 2312731, 2319995, and 2319996, located in District 1.
Thank you, sir. Is Mr. Higginbotham here, or Miss? Can you come up for just a moment? I have a couple questions. And just so you know, it's going so fast, but we do a lot of studying before we get here. And I know this area very well, and I know we're trying to change it to agriculture, which probably, for what I'm thinking you want to do, you want to do some chickens and maybe some beehives.
And some bees. And I also have adjacent property that's AU,
Okay, the one right below it?
the one south.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's really good. My only concern would be, and we're having this trouble lately with certain things, but would you be willing to do a BDP that you wouldn't have any overnight commercial lodging?
Overnight what?
Commercial lodging,
I might stay out there with my RV.
but you're not going to pay yourself, right?
Oh, no.
Okay,
Yeah.
So it's
No,
just
we're not going to
commercial.
rent anything out, no.
okay. If you would be willing to do that, I'm comfortable with
That's
it.
fine.
Okay, thank you, sir. And you do know that you have access issues, but I know you already know that.
That's
so,
correct. We're
yeah.
starting to work that right along beside Ronnie. Ronnie's land and then alongside I-95, and I got to look at what the plan is for right now.
Okay, when you get some honey, let us know. I'd be glad to buy some.
If it passes, well, I might be able to do that.
Okay, I have to buy it, though. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, can I have a motion to approve
I'll
with a BDP?
I'll make a motion to approve with the BDP.
I think you have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Tobias. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you,
All
sir.
right, thank you.
We are moving into board reports. County manager,
I have no report.
county attorney,
No report, Madam Chair.
Commissioner Goodson.
None, Madam Chair, but may I ask what happened to Debbie Mayfield, Senator Mayfield?
She had to reschedule for the next meeting.
Okay.
Okay. Commissioner Feltner?
Does that mean we still get the check?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Next meeting.
I have no report.
Okay. Commissioner Steele?
No report.
I have no report either, and I'm going to turn it over to the vice chair, and I have no card, sir.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'll be quick here. Today is National Beer Lovers Day, according to nationaltoday.com. Some more creepy AI stuff up there. The useless Florida fact, Lake Okeechobee is the third largest freshwater lake located completely within the United States. On to this day in Florida history. In 1995, NASA launched STS-69 from Kennedy Space Center. This was the 100th successful crewed NASA space flight. So great things happening here. It seems like rockets go off every day now. And county employee recognition. That would be Doug Wiltz, carpenter, facilities maintenance shop, South Area, Public Works, 2 years of service. He's a facility manager. The facility manager, Skip Bell, says Doug is, whether he's plunging a toilet, acting as security, or peppering meeting rooms, prepping meeting rooms, he does so with an infectious smile. Doug's willingness to tackle any task along with his positive outlook makes him an invaluable asset to the county. Doug is often first to volunteer to stay late, lock all the buildings, work weekends to escort vendors, and even come back to work in the middle of the night to make emergency repairs. He displays a can-do attitude so staff can work comfortably the following day. Before retiring and moving to Florida, I don't know that's retiring if you're working with us, Doug owned a construction remodeling business catering to top entertainers and athletes in Atlanta, Georgia. He joined the county because he missed the happiness and appreciation from people when a job is complete. Aside from his love from helping people, Doug enjoys skydiving, parasailing, and heights in general. When he is not seeking an adrenaline rush, Doug enjoys woodworking and playing golf. Doug, thank you for being such a great addition to Brevard County.
He really is a nice guy. When I get locked out, he always lets me in as well. So.
Well, as there's nothing else, I'm going to adjourn this meeting at 5:35, Madam Chair.
Thank you, sir.
The opinions expressed by any member of the public during any period of public comment do not necessarily reflect the views or opinions of the Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, or the program sponsor, and are solely those of the presenter. The Board of County Commissioners of Brevard County, Florida, Space Coast Government Television, and the program sponsor hereby expressly disclaim any and all responsibility or liability for any defamatory or slanderous statements expressed by any member of the public during any such period.